Hey there, folks. Trustworthy Fat Kev Smith. Before we start casting the pods, man, let me try to sell you something first, okay? Do you like me? Do you like my friends Jason Mewes, Ralph Garman? Then guess what? We're coming to a town near you, man. We're coming your way, man. Come see a Smodco show. Tickets at csmod.com. That's SEESMOD.com. Now, if you can't come to one of our shows, you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to support this two-bit operation? Well, how about you kick back in your home with some family and friends and loved ones and play Monopoly. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back Monopoly. That's right, man. You can buy from jayandsilentbob.com, the home of the secret stash, right there online, a signed edition of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back Monopoly. Me and Mewes sign it, man. Jason Mewes, Jay himself, me, Silent Bob. And the parts are real fun, man. They got a little cock knocker, a little fist, a little Suzanne, a little blunt mobile. It's crazy, man. Get your hands on it. You get drunk, get stoned, and play a round of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back Monopoly. Available, signed by me and Jason Mewes at jayandsilentbob.com. Now, here comes your Smodco podcast.
Hey, it's Joel Hodson of Mystery Science Theater 3000. Even I can't stomach sitting through an episode of I Sell Comics. Crow T, Robot, Tom Servo, you're on your own. Tell him Steve Dave.
Need a break, huh?
I need a break. I got these two ass hats that I work with, Mike and Ming. Yeah, she sang nigga, and everyone was like, woo!
I'm glad Walt wasn't there. I don't need his PC bullshit. I don't need that old fucking white suburban asshole. Tell him, Steve Dave.
I postponed. I was like, I told him before I left, I was like, I just got this. I was like, I got a feeling, man. It's just, there's going to be something with the weather, and it's going to be delayed. And I didn't even know, but I was like, I didn't want to rent a room since we'd made so little money, but they had already rented a room.
See, when I ask him, hey, how was it? Awesome. Yeah. I heard other people ask Ming, like Mark asked Ming when he walks in, hey, buddy, how was it? Fucking awesome. Great. How could it be anything but great? Exact quotes. How could it be anything but great?
I'll tell you.
Exact quote from Ming. So that's a fucking different story. There's a fucking... How can two men experience the same thing?
Well, one's a such divergent opinions.
How could that be?
Let's find out. Welcome to this week's edition of Tell 'em Steve Dave. You're joining us mid-conversation. Point, counterpoint.
Yeah.
How can one man view a con as...
Two men.
I was going to say, how can one man view it as great? How could it be anything but great? And the other man say, God, please take me. Why won't you take me? We did Houston this weekend. 4-day weekend, and Ming, his review is great, Walt, you say.
Not to me, but I overheard him tell Marco that it was great. How could it be anything but great?
Mm-hmm. No,
so I was surprised. I was surprised to hear you come in very upset and very discouraged and a broken man, broken by the con circuit. Yeah, that should be the fucking title of your autobiography.
I'm going to do a documentary. Yeah,
I was in Atlantic City, and a lot of people want to touch that beard, huh?
They do. To which I've started saying, this is not a fucking petting zoo. Like, I don't even want to shake hands. I thought I made that pretty clear. And a lot of ants have adopted the antennas. Yeah, they're good people, the ants.
Ants are the best.
I love them. But some people come up and they're like, I just want to shake your hand. And those are the people that seem disappointed when I'm like, I don't shake hands. I'll give them like the little.
It's got to be off-putting. It's very off-putting.
It's awkward, but to the point where I'm like, I don't want to get sick anymore. I'm tired of getting sick of, and spreading that illness. And everyone thinks I'm fucking grumpy and shit, but I'm not. I'm just. I mean, maybe I'm a little grumpy.
Did you read the reviews of last week's episode?
Yeah, reviews were actually pretty good.
Were they?
Yes, they were.
You went to the Reddit page, did you?
I
saw good reviews, did you?
what's his name? Declan said that.
Yeah?
A lot of people actually enjoyed it.
Okay.
Well, I saw on Twitter. Maybe you saw something different.
I saw different.
I saw on Twitter. I saw on Twitter people saying it was very relatable. All the bitching, there was nonstop bitching.
I read some that made me be like, I think we may need to stop doing Tell 'em Steve Dave for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw some that I was like, enough. These ant come latelys.
They're not an ant. If
I'm surprised you're that. I'm surprised you're that paper thin.
I'm not.
At this point in your career as
a soul of the week. It looks like.
I'll take it. I'll take it. You know what? Well, life is good.
Strange.
Everything's great.
That's
How could it be anything but?
That's very convincing.
How could it be anything but, Walt? That's it. It's back to that. I made the mistake of opening up last week and complaining. And
I'm gonna go with Brian. I went online. I mean, I know what I saw. You know what I saw, and like
What'd you say?
I don't know. I guess I have a different. I take a different. A different point of view when I see people complain. I love the fact that people will leap to your guy's defense and throw me under the bus to do it. It's like, I'm glad Walt wasn't there. I don't need his PC bullshit. I don't need that old fucking white suburban asshole clamping down on you guys. I want to hear you bitch. And I'm like, why couldn't they just say they liked it? Why the fuck did they need this? Why the fuck did they need to say they didn't need me around? And I see that a lot on there, and it makes me laugh because I'm like, there's no need to say that.
Yeah.
And what am I but a white suburban asshole? Too?
Well, I mean, you paint yourself as
white trash suburban.
No, I think you're a little. You're not. I think I've been mislabeled as the crotchety, almost right wingish. Kind of
mislabeled, you say?
And I think that people, I think people like to hear a little bit of your rants because they're a little bit more than they want to hear mine.
The agenda is a little bit more unapologetic as far as like, here's what I think. Well, last week we were going on and on about like people who can't, like the Louis C.K. thing, and people who are like, you know, child molestation jokes are never funny, as if like that's fact. And it's like, then we live in a world where like, you know, you can't tell, you know, Tosh got in trouble for the rape joke thing going way back. And it's like, it's a trigger for some people. But the point being like, well, you can be in a movie or you can be reading a book, or you could be fucking in a cafe overhearing a conversation. And not necessarily rape, but anything. And it's like, I triggered it. It triggered it. So it's just like, you know, this world of like, of people who are like, don't say this because it could potentially hurt somebody's feelings.
All right. You're just growing over what you said last week.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah.
All right.
But I agree. Like I wasn't like Mike. He said he had to get to work. There was a taskmaster here who expected him first thing Tuesday morning.
Oh, in the con?
And yeah, so he couldn't miss his flight. And I knew there were thunderstorms coming and shit, so I was like, fuck that, I'm just going to stay an extra day. And he ended up sitting on the tarmac from like 7 until like 2:15 in the morning.
That's insane. That's insane.
And they wouldn't let him out because it was lightning. I guess because you're not allowed to let people off if there's lightning. And that's all it was fucking lightning.
I don't understand. I mean, let them off. I thought there was like a little tube that's connected to the airport that you walk through.
Do you know what the fucking chances of that getting struck are? I mean, it's almost like statistically immeasurable.
Well, couldn't it also strike the plane, though? If it could strike the tube, can it strike the plane?
Yeah, I guess, but the plane would be grounded because it has
and that was
tires.
A plane you were supposed to be on?
That's the plane I would have been on that plane.
Holy shit, 7 hours sitting there on a plane before you even take off?
Mm-hmm.
Never knowing when you're going to take off?
Not until those storms are passing. And yeah, you're right. You're probably like checking your phone, watching that red patch hanging over you.
Yeah, and then the battery dies because there's no way it's going to fucking withstand 7 hours of constant.
Nope. But I went up on the terrace and I did a little periscope and I periscoped the storm.
Oh yeah, you hit that periscope.
Took some pictures and I was talking to people on Twitter about the storm, and then out of nowhere, some jerk off has to say like, "Oh, the fucking murder mystery wasn't up to par." It was like,
yeah, I don't, yeah. To me, but you had to have seen the 99.9% positive. So why the fuck does it matter then?
It doesn't matter, but I did. My question is just like,
you're never going to get 100%.
That it's okay that he doesn't like it. It's totally fine. But I'm just like, why do you feel the need to fucking like something I can't change at this point? Like something I can't even do.
Well,
anything
you could
about.
make it, but you could try harder next
you
time.
could work a little harder.
Because we're gonna do fucking more murder mysteries. It's
the
whole idea behind it was that it was fucked up. You stupid asshole. And then he tries pulling the like, well, I bought stuff from you card. To which I say, I don't give a fuck. I'd rather not have your money.
I wouldn't go that far. I'd rather. Yeah. I could take. You know what? They can bitch all they want as long as they buy a product, and they can email KMUs too. Then if they need to bitch,
yeah,
I won't answer it.
Yeah,
but at least put like fucking scan your receipt in there what you bought before you bitch. Though.
I'm a little different in as much as I'm like, I'm not going to treat you any fucking differently just because you bought something. Fuck you. You know, like, it's okay that you don't like it, but it's like I'm having a nice conversation, and then all of a sudden this prick just has to come on and give me his fucking opinion. And then somebody else comes on and is like, well, why do you have to attack him? You know, like, you know, you're kind of known for being the dick. And I'm like, and then I challenged him. I said, why am I a dick? And then he had no reasoning. Just because I'm not a white suburban asshole, fucking PC right wing fucking motherfucker. You know, like I don't think I'm a dick, and I also don't come on and fucking blow myself about shit that I do behind the scenes, and I don't go on Twitter like some people and blow myself. Well, this person can't blow themselves.
Who's blowing themselves?
I'm not dropping names, but they don't have a dick. But there are people who fucking go on and pat themselves on the back and fucking every compliment tossed their way. They have to fucking be like, I can't believe you brought it up. Let me just fucking retweet it and favorite it and fucking fuck you.
Speaking of the murder mystery, though, in the week I wasn't here.
Yes.
I got the murder mystery option to be a film.
Really? Wow. Now, who's what?
Q, you're laughing. I'm not fucking around.
I want to know who.
Do you want to not be involved, Q?
No, you guys aren't involved.
Okay.
You guys have no part whatsoever in it.
Who optioned this?
A small company. It is a small company.
Oh, Josh Proof.
But it is in production now, post-production, being pre-production.
Is it Mr. Oz? Because I got news for you.
It's not Mr. Oz.
Oh, by the way, very, very quickly, I guess people misunderstood last week. Just because Steve Stark is working on it does not mean that it's animated. Everything is claymation. Still, everything. Okay.
Okay, but it's a tiny production company that's
micro company.
But they're it's good. It's good to go. You're going to see it soon.
All right, I
Maybe
can't wait.
2016.
Wow. All right.
Late 2016.
This is amazing.
Is there any finances for this?
Do you want to? I mean, you want to put some money into the production?
Yeah, well, I want to know if I'm making money off it.
Has TSD
ever
made money that? Well, let's just not go there. But it's in all seriousness, Q. Somebody's going to be making the murder mystery into a film.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, okay. I want to see it too. I'd rather not be involved, just so I can,
enjoy it
the day it comes out. Yeah,
yeah.
I was at the con. The first day, some guy was staring at me. I kind of thought that I recognized him. He was in that the green room section, and he told me that he is making the BioShock movie.
Okay. Gore Verbinski's out, I guess?
Gore Verbinski's and his $150 million budget is out.
Okay.
This guy and his fan fiction movie is in. And according to him, Ken Levine, who wrote the BioShock game, has written half the script.
Wow.
To which I say, well, he actually wrote the entire story, if you want to get technical.
Right.
But I'm guessing that the production values will not be as high, and it was one of those things where I was like, okay.
You can pet my beard if you want.
Yeah, if you just stop talking, you can pet my beard.
So who's out? Bio Levine? What's his name?
His name is Ken Levine. No,
Ken Levine?
Gore Verbinski, the guy who directed.
He had 150 million ready to sink into it.
Well,
It
he made
wasn't
the
even
Pirates
enough.
of the Caribbean movies. He made those.
He wanted to make.
Maybe he could send a little over to the murder mystery, a little towards the budget of that.
Yeah, maybe we could get Gore Verbinski to direct it.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Who's playing Troy in the movie? That's my only concern.
I don't think you should have any concerns. I saw some.
Okay.
You saw some preliminary.
I saw some storyboards, and I'm super excited. And now the pressure's on for that person. It's been on TSD. People are now going to expect it. So get your ass.
Sure they are.
Get to work, Kev.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah. I also, I gotta say though, in terms of meeting people at this con,
All right.
I met two guys, actually more than quite a few guys who it was in a darkened alley, no names. No, I met a couple guys that I actually spoke to and had conversations with and liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rudy Sarzo from Quiet Riot.
Oh,
was like
so more celebrities.
unbelievably
fucking
nice.
name dropping.
Not like regular Joes.
Well, I mean, look at him.
Yeah, I think even Rudy Sarzo knows he's not an A-lister.
Who is it?
Rudy Sarzo. He was like the bassist for Quiet Riot. He was in Whitesnake for a little while. He's a musician.
Okay. What's he doing at the con?
He was with a couple. He was with Marky Ramone. There were like a couple
Did they
of
have a
rockers.
table?
Yeah, they each had a different table. Dave Ellefson, the bassist for Megadeth, original, like one of the two founding members. He was there. He was a
What
nice
kind of
guy.
con is this that they would have
It was
musicians like that?
pop culture, like Donnell Logue. He was there. He was
The guy from Gotham?
yeah, he was a really
Who
nice guy.
fucking
too.
shoved me out of the way?
Really nice guy. Yeah, shoved you out of the way. I
That
told
show's
him.
big,
I said
too.
you're right. You're right to get to fucking piss on Quinn.
It was before the show even aired, though.
They knew.
Yeah,
knew.
if you have him on the show, Joel Hodgson.
Oh, Mystery Science Theater, huh?
Yeah, who was nice enough to give us a little bumper.
Oh, yeah, it's coming
Yeah.
on tonight.
Yeah, it'll be on.
Oh, wow.
It'll be on this week's episode.
Do you know what it was?
Wow.
What's that?
He had no idea what it was. I'm going to assume.
Tell him, Steve Dave.
Yeah.
No, he didn't know what that was, but he did know Comic Book Man. And I talked to him for a while about when we were in the lunch room or whatever. I talked to him about Mystery Science for a while, like some behind the scenes stuff that I was like the only time I wished you were there because like I know how much you hate it. But
Hate what?
Cons.
just like cons in
okay,
general.
yeah.
But like stuff you would have found interesting. That I can probably just repeat to you secondhand. So you didn't have to go all the fucking way to Houston to do it. But that's the. I got to say that this week I'll be in Washington at Awesome Con, and it may be my last con appearance. I can't say for sure, but for a while.
Yeah.
Need a break, huh?
I need a break. I got these two asshats that I work with, Mike and Ming, who I love. They're my friends, but they are there for a completely different reason
About us
than
for
me.
a second.
Yeah, they're just there for a different reason. They love the atmosphere. They love to party. They love to play.
And some would say, if you're going to go, why wouldn't you have that attitude? You fucking learn to love it, because if you don't, then you're this.
Yeah.
Then you're sitting there like bit.
You mean with just the slightest degree of self-respect because I'm not playing laser tag with a bunch of other grown men
But I mean,
while we could be at the table making money.
but their level, what they take out of it is so much more. Like they're taking out like pure, unadulterated. Like what's it called when you like when you put that into a nuclear facility and you create you create fusion.
Oh, like a fission type.
Yeah, they're you're at like Iraqi level. They're at fucking superpower level.
I guess so. Yeah, that's how I look
or
at them.
Iran level.
Yeah,
Iraqi level is fucking it's like sticks and stones at this point.
Right. I'm some fucking
Iranians are all they're getting their rods in place. So if we don't fucking do something, if we don't do something quick, we may have a problem on our hands.
And I can vouch, Mike and Ming were getting their rods in place. I walked in on them. I was like,
we're making uranium.
I was like, never heard it referred to that before.
Oh, there's fallout all over my face.
White fallout.
I mean, you know what? They extracted more joy out of it than I extracted money. That much I will say. Now the promoters, the Houston people, were very, very nice. Yeah. Super nice.
And what in the end, does that matter?
No, it does not. It does not. Well, no, I won't say that, because when I wanted to delay by a day, the woman, she was very helpful. Like boom, boom, boom. Like got the flights changed, got the room, like got everything done. So her being nice was very helpful. I met another lady, Portia, who helped me with something for Comic Book Men. That I didn't even know she was going to be helpful. I was just talking to her about different stuff, and she's going to be very instrumental in getting something done for Comic Book Men.
So you made connections. So why the fucking long face? Why the fucking dour pissy fucking pants?
Because I stayed there 4 days, which is very long.
Very long.
For a con. It's a very long time for a con. And Monday, I won't lie, I'm going to pull the fucking curtain back. Monday, I made $45. You handed me a check.
You should pull that curtain back over and edit that out. That's fucking...
Add a couple of zeros. If you added a zero, it would still be said.
If I added a zero. Dude, it made the animal shelter thing look successful.
I mean, the animal shelter, they're fucking... That's like Trump money compared to what you just made at the con.
Yeah, but I'm going to be honest, man, so people know, like, we're supposed to be there at 10, and usually I don't get there exactly on time, just because you want to build a line a little bit. You want to build a little bit of anticipation.
Brian Johnson's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, somebody's going to be at the table. They're not going to sit there pathetic losers all day. You even said
the murmur is growing. I mean, you hear that? You hear that in the distance?
Oh,
hear that murmur?
That's crickets, Walt. That's crickets.
Yeah. That's Rudy Sargent laughing at me. But I mean, you don't want to sit there. My feeling is you don't want to sit there all day looking like, please come over. Please.
There's a conductor of an orchestra the way he fucking handles these con appearances.
Yeah. Well, I don't handle him at all. That's why
I mean, the way that you build the anticipation, it's like...
I think really what happens is I can't bear going on time, so I have to call it something. But just standing there all day with nobody at your table is like, oh, God damn it. God damn me. Why did I do this? Why did I do this to myself?
I just want to see what $45 would have been worth 100 years ago.
Yeah, if I was doing a con in fucking 1909, it probably would have been.
Did they have cons in 1800s?
I don't know.
I don't.
What was the height of popularity? I guess vaudeville?
Or fucking like laudanum. Yeah, like if it was a vaudeville show, yeah. I was like somewhere in the 70s. I was reading about guys who like Rickles and a couple other guys who had contracts in Vegas for like $500,000 a week.
Yeah,
which is insane in today's dollars. Like insane.
Yeah,
they carried it back then, though.
Yeah. That's what I thought. I thought I was getting Don Rickles money. Yeah, but like you handed me a check for ads, and I was like, oh, cool. And then I was like, what's this $45 for? You're like, oh, this is the last day of the con from Ming. I'm like, I can't tell you. Like my heart is like in the basement. It just I'm like, what? Which means we made a combined total of $130 and $25 for the day.
Could you stop pulling that curtain back? Yeah. I'm going to fucking get some steel shutters in a second. I feel horrible.
It's not even gross. I mean, that's not even net. Like, we got to still account for the fucking pictures.
I feel like I should fucking take a gun behind and quietly creep behind you and just put you out of your misery.
You should, right behind my ear.
Take him back behind Giddim's barn.
Whoa. It's all right. It's all right.
In 1915, it would have been worth $932.
Wow.
So 100 years ago.
So just think 100 years from now what it'll be worth. Yeah. Well, so those guys felt the need to play laser tag and hobnob with fucking anyone who comes to the table. Like, hey, I have a fucking podcast. You want to do it? And boom, they are on it.
Well, the problem you're saying is that they're not at the table, so people aren't going to come to the table, of course, so you guys aren't making money.
Right. You know what actually was pretty cool, and I have to give props to Ming because he set it up, was we did an interview with Jackie Earl Haley.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Which I commandeered. I'm actually going to take it from Ming because I recorded it too.
Oh, cool.
And cut it up, and I'm going to put it on like a Tell 'em Steve Dave, like
very cool
246.5 or
I'll put it up as 194.
Hey, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well,
there you go.
Always using his head, this guy.
Yeah, I know. The thinker. He's always like sitting on that globe and shit, like the hand on his
I got
chin.
some stuff this week. I was thinking while I was off for a couple weeks here. I got a real. I know
this is very close to last week. All the bitching and shit.
Let's put an end to it.
All right.
Although I got this segment of Came Up with Q. What do you think of this? It's called Vapid Fire.
I already love it.
And what it is Q.
Ming?
Well, I came up with this concept of where I would throw you guys some quotes.
Okay.
And I grabbed the 3 most vapid people I know, or that are known to in the world
to be
today.
Vapid.
To be vapid. Right. I got Paris Hilton.
Right.
I got Kim Kardashian.
Okay. Those are the 2 I was going to guess, and then
and I got Ming Chen. On this week's Vapid Fire.
I'm not even kidding. This could be a real show. It could be a real show on Hulu Plus.
And you know what the best thing about this is? I'm going to pull the curtain back.
Okay.
I'm kind of like formulating this with this clay that I'm doing, that I'm trying to like come up with this segment. And originally, it was going to be, it was totally different. It was going to be inspirational quotes. And I had Steve Jobs, Tim Tebow, and that other dude, Tony Robbins.
Okay.
And Ming Chen. And I was going to have these quotes by these real inspirational thinkers. And I was going to try to pull Ming quotes that were inspirational from various pods or whatever. And I had Declan and a listener put to work to do this.
That's what Declan meant. He told me he was going through like all these. He asked me to shoot him.
Yes, I'm not kidding around. Do you want to hear a direct quote from Declan about listening to 7 hours of Ming straight? It was like he just sends this to me at like 3:00 in the morning. This is from the listener. He says he doesn't want to let you down. But whatever you see in Ming isn't there in terms of inspirational. He's ranting about how fucking just Ming has nothing to say since I Sell Comics has began, and he thinks he's broken them by listening to all these.
He broke the listener.
He broke the listener. The listener's brain got broke. But there's also one. But like even Declan was like sent some fucking like. He goes, I never thought I could be a podcaster till today, but if I could barely engage on any human level and don't have to put a single intelligent thought into anything I say, I could be a podcaster.
That's what the listener said. Declan said. Oh my god!
So that was what we were going for. We were trying to find really inspirational and really, really deep comments and quotes that we could pull for this game. So then I went the other way, and I was like, all right, well, give me the most.
Lot easier.
Let me go the other way and give me the most fucked up shit or the most vapid of comments.
Oh, I'm ready to play.
You ready to play,
Fire.
Q?
Ready to play.
You want to play for a listener? Maybe there's a listener out there who hasn't gotten Dollar Shave yet.
Yeah, love it.
You want to text? I want to tweet.
Well, you want to reward someone that didn't get Dollar Shave, or?
I mean, I'm hoping that maybe what they have to agree. If they lose, they have to buy it.
Oh, okay. Now I like where you're going.
All right,
that's great.
Okay.
So
you want to do that, Brian? You want to get two listeners who have not brought up Dollar Shave and who agree the loser must go buy it then.
Okay.
And the winner will get it for free.
Okay.
That's pretty great.
It's kind of balances the scales.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Listeners.
What did he say? What was his quote? How could it be anything but great?
It's his personality, man.
No.
It all comes down to personality.
Aside from the money thing.
What you can get, there's something more valuable than money sometimes.
I totally agree with that 100%. Aside from the money thing, I told him today on the phone, I was like, look, he's having a good time. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but aside from the money thing,
stop trying to harsh his fucking
man.
boner,
The money thing's tough, though.
Yeah, it's not that I don't want him to have a good time. It's I want me to have a financially sound time, and I can't do it with when I'm working with guys who are like, they're not about the business, they're about the social engagement, they're about, like you say, like going and meeting and greeting and sucking on dicks and fucking want, hey, let's go get a photo op with this one. Let's go get a photo op with that one. I'm like, I do not want a professional photo with any of these people. Not that I think they're like, I might really respect their work. There are plenty of people there that I do, but I just don't want it. What am I going to do with it?
So they won't do it if you don't go?
No, they go, but they're constantly inviting me.
They're just being nice.
I mean, for fuck's sake, how many times do I have to say no?
Yeah, I wouldn't even ask you any of these questions.
Yeah.
I guess I know you too well.
That's why you're my best friend.
I would not even
talk to you the entire time you're there, right? If you're there?
Yeah, no. Me and Walter are there. We're off in the corner. Me and you are there. We're off in the corner, but yeah.
We got some players?
Okay, we have Eric Loveridge.
So we'll go for it.
Eric the Lunchbox.
All right, so Eric.
Capital E, capital T,
Eric
capital
will be
L.
Q.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Q, you got Eric.
Welcome aboard, Eric. Happy to have you.
Well, be happier if he had actually bought it. And King of NY. So at King NYC.
Okay.
And then just
that'll be Bry.
The number one.
That'll be Bry.
Okay.
So Bry, you're the King. You're with King, and Q is with Eric.
Sweet.
For you.
So all I have to do is guess which one is Ming.
Which one? No, who said it?
Oh, so we got to get 3 for 3.
No, you got to give me. Was it Kim Kardashian?
Got it. Okay, flip it. Got it. Okay.
Paris Hilton or Ming?
Okay.
You have to give me who is responsible for saying this.
Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton, or Ming Chen.
Yeah.
Great.
Now I didn't know too much about either Paris Hilton or Kim Kardashian. Well, I did some research here.
Yeah.
It's not. I think it's an act for one of these girls. I think they're smarter than they appear to be.
You think Kim Kardashian's smarter? I don't think so.
I didn't say who. I think
Paris
one of
Hilton
them.
is
I think
smarter.
one of them is smarter than they're letting on, and maybe very smart in the way that
I don't think it's Ming.
That's a given. Yeah. All right, Kim.
All right, ready.
The only rule is, don't be boring.
That couldn't possibly be Ming.
I don't.
He breaks a rule at least 3 times a week on his podcast.
He's the bad boy.
Yeah.
If that's the only rule.
Yeah, he's breaking it on a regular basis.
He needs to be arrested.
Yeah.
He's public enemy number 1. He's on American. I mean, John Walsh has got him on the fucking top of the list.
Him and Machine Gun Kelly.
Shit. I kind of think it's Ming.
You kind of think it's Ming. Why so?
Because it sounds like something he would say in defense of himself.
In defense of who? Like Brian coming down on him? Like
for like whatever,
you,
whatever
old man
stupid
Johnson.
shit that he's doing, and
At least I'm not boring.
right.
Yeah, but you are. So that's no defense.
And I don't think that Paris Hilton or Kim Kardashian live their life by one rule, the only rule.
They got many, you think?
Yeah, I think their rules involve getting money and getting paid.
Do you find either one of these two of these are pretty much I think a lot of people would consider them like beautiful and very sexy.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian definitely, yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Not Paris though.
Not my type.
Not your type.
Not my type. I know that.
That's surprising. Tall blondes are your type.
Yeah, but somehow Paris Hilton just never did it for me.
Well, she's like an inhuman monster.
Yeah, that wouldn't
Why
bother
you
me.
say that? What has she done?
Not recently, but back in the day, she was so nasty to people. Like you saw that show, right?
Just very self-centered. You mean?
Self-centered, egotistical, but she was like mean to people on that show. That
I don't think that would harsh Q's boner though.
that wouldn't harsh it.
That wouldn't be anything that would make him like.
Yeah, did the people put up with it? Because if they did, then it's
now,
on them.
am I matching this? Like, because so Q has his answer.
No. Q has given me his answer. He thinks it's.
I believe Ming Chen has said that in defense of himself at some point over his podcasting career.
Mm-hmm.
You would be wrong.
Oh,
yeah, I would disagree. I think it's Paris Hilton.
It is Paris Hilton.
Really?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Eric.
Okay,
Bri.
How many questions are there?
Well, just go see how it plays out.
Okay, got it.
Mullets are dope.
That is Ming.
That is Ming.
I'm going to say mullets are dope. I'm going to say.
You think Ming uses the word dope?
Because Walt uses it, so I think he stole it from Walt. Yeah. That would be my guess. Yeah. Who's gonna say that? Not Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian is almost an alien. She's so boring and dopey and like her. Like I saw them on the Three Sisters on Conan once, and they were talking about. I think we talked about this. They were talking about putting mayonnaise on their pussies to make them shiny. Yeah. And Conan's like, "Oh my!" Like he can't believe they said it. What he knows, goddamn well, they're going to say it. And everybody's laughing like crazy, and I'm like, what, am I missing something? What am I missing?
I think that's you don't expect that to come out of their mouths though on a national program. No, that's pretty out there. That's like crossing like that's definitely unexpected and that's a curveball.
I guess so, but I'm pretty sure that he knew that they were going to say
that. And in the words of Paris Hilton, that's hot.
Right. Yeah. She did. You know who was really impressed by Paris Hilton? I forgot to tell you this. Muse.
Really?
Muse told me that he was because he was when I got carjacked. It was because I was going to visit Muse, and he was working on a movie with Paris Hilton at the time. And he told me that he heard her on the phone, and she sounded like a very astute, my words, businesswoman. The way she was like, okay, well, we need to do this, and like to him, she sounded like she knew what was going on.
And I want to be fair, and I want to be upfront. I chose 2/3 of this based on public opinion. Public opinion has come out and said, on the internet, these two are the most vapid of the vapid.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know for a fact one of them, but that's the public opinion.
Right.
In the court of the public opinion, these two come up first, and you thought that too, right?
I did, but I mean, I think there are other people who not just
there's
females
Gwyneth Paltrow. She has some horrific fucking quotes.
Gwyneth Paltrow
is a fucking.
But what's worse about her is she's so sanctimonious.
Yes,
that's at least Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton don't try to pretend they're anything but what they are. Whereas Gwyneth Paltrow has so much.
I'm an artiste.
Yeah, let me fucking tell you about my kid Apple. Ugh, like it's. She just like I'm gonna tell you commoners how to fucking make a salad because you're so fucking stupid. Like what's her Goop or something, her website?
I don't know.
It was a Gwyneth Paltrow backlash. And she used the word nigga and everybody got real upset about it too.
Really?
Yeah, she sang nigga and everyone was like, woo!
She may be deserving of the back. I'm not a fan of the backlash, but boy, she has put herself out there with some very
Well, she married the guy from Coldplay.
What's wrong with that?
Oh God, Coldplay is like a horrible.
They're popular though. They
thought
sold
that was your
millions of
band,
records.
wasn't it?
So.
So Hitler was popular too, my friend.
Yeah, we're going to learn about that later on.
We got to learn something new.
Oh, really?
That's coming up later, Q.
We're saving that. All right.
All right, but Brian, you say it's Ming. Mullets are dope.
Mullets are dope, yeah.
It's Paris Hilton again, baby.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
So 0-0 going into the second round.
When did she say that?
I don't know, but that was attributed to her, though. Here we go, Q. I know now that just that you're going to play the average game here.
Let's not be sexist.
Sooner or later I'm going to have to throw a Ming at you.
Right.
Let's not be sexist either. I would also say Spencer Pratt is one of the most vapid people
I don't know
ever.
who that is.
Yeah, you know what?
That's Heidi Montag.
That name came up on the list, but I'm like, I don't know who that is. I don't think most people know who he is.
Not anymore. He's one of those guys he was so desperate to be famous. It was him and that Heidi Montag. She was one who got like all that plastic surgery, like 13 plastic surgeries in a day or whatever. And then they pretended they were getting divorced. Like they just wanted to be famous so desperate. They were on the Hills or one of those shows.
Yeah, I didn't recognize the name, so I figured I'm going to go with the most popular.
Good call.
Right.
All right, Q.
All right.
Platinum and gold. 2 words that describe our lives.
Oh.
Ming Chen.
About Mike. Him and Mike, right?
Sounds like a Ming Chen post.
It was Ming Chen.
All right. What did he say?
Via an Instagram, it was him posing with some fan holding a platinum and gold, I guess, invitation to a con. Like they got like some sort of backstage.
Right. True platinum.
Oh my God.
True gold.
Look at Fry's face.
This is what I mean. This is why I can't go to these things. I'm gonna check Ming's latest Instagram. Let's fucking see what
All right. Well,
So Q, you got one for Eric there.
all right, buddy.
All right.
Platinum and gold. That's our life.
Okay, it's a picture of
Ming.
Ming holding up a fucking coffee cup while talking into a microphone. Before that,
I have a hit TV show.
Uh-oh.
That's the quote.
Whoa.
no, that's not Ming. Okay, I'm gonna have to go with Kim Kardashian on that one. Simply because Paris Hilton hasn't had a TV show in quite some time.
These quotes may have been when she did have one, though.
It could have been, and it is just like snooty enough for her to say. Although Ming is demented,
He may have been saying it facetiously. Is that how you say it?
yeah, facetiously,
Facetiously,
yeah.
fuck.
Close enough. I'm gonna say Kim Kardashian.
Kim K, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You'd be right. 1-1.
Oh, woof.
It's getting down to the wire.
Shit.
All right, Q.
All right.
If I don't like something that's going on in my life, I change it. And I don't sit there and,
That's not
and
me.
complain about it for a year.
I know who that is,
It's got to be Ming Chen.
and I know who it's in
Talking about
reference
Brian
to.
Johnson.
That one's easy. Yeah.
You're going to go with
Yeah, I'm
Ming
going to go
Chen?
with Ming Chen.
It was Kim Kardashian.
Whoa.
Really? Yeah.
I would have bet my life it was
I
him
know.
talking
I thought
about
you were
me.
giving me a fucking gimme.
If I don't like something that's going on in my life, I change it, and I don't sit around complain about it for a year.
Is
Who was she referencing?
Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, all right, Bri. You can take the lead and really hammer it home here, Bri.
Okay.
Now is the time of my life I can be 100% selfish.
Well, in action, it would be Ming, but did he actually say it?
Because he doesn't think he's being selfish.
Right.
I don't think, yeah, you're right. I don't think he has any idea of how selfish he really is being. I think he's that So I'm going to have to roll him out.
He's basically oblivious, you're saying.
Yes, he is completely oblivious.
He's not to be blamed. It's not his fault.
No, he's a simpleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so
enamored with himself and so in love with this second, like these are his college years again. This is what he should have been doing in college instead of sitting around getting no puss. You know what I mean?
He's not getting puss now, though.
No, but he's getting as close to getting puss as he can without actually getting puss. Every fucking picture is of him and some girl.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, let me see this.
I don't think it's him. He's not self-aware enough.
So that's a self-aware comment, huh?
Oh yeah, that's someone who's self-aware. They're aware they're being selfish and they're aware they're doing their own thing. God, my gut tells me again, Paris Hilton.
I think after this segment, you may have to apologize to Kim Kardashian.
Yeah,
yeah, because she said that.
Well, why do I got to apologize to her? It's not a nice thing to say.
But you said she's self-aware.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in that instance, sure.
she's more on top of it than Ming.
I think, yes. Yeah, that's for sure. There's no fucking doubt about that. I don't think she's an intelligent person. I think that she is aware enough to know that she is being selfish. I mean, maybe at the time. I don't know what it's in reference to, though. You know, or what age she was when she said it. It could have been within the last 12 years.
All right. Q, you can tie this up real quick. Last round.
I can't believe I owe Kim Kardashian an apology.
Can you issue that by the end of the show? Like formulate a nice apology?
I'll come up with something,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're 1-1, right now?
Embrace the present. Support the future.
God. That's not Ming. I don't think that's Ming. Because it's too philosophical for Ming, I think.
But with those two supposed dunderheads,
yeah.
What would be the context for them to say that?
I don't know, but I don't think they wrote it. I think they said what like one of their publicists told them to say.
Do you have a publicist?
Yes.
Does he ever
give you any coaching?
It's a she, and she gets very frustrated with me sometimes.
Because you won't say it, huh? You won't use it?
I get told to shut up on Twitter a bit sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, this is a revelation.
I don't listen.
Wow, the curtain's way the fuck back.
Really? What did you say that got her to say that?
If I complain about like if
people coming down on Tell 'em Steve Dave?
Yeah, well, yeah, like it's you know how like we used to, no, not we, but like you know how Muse used to get paid to like tweet,
yeah,
stuff.
like here there's a sneaker sale at
that's
fucking,
right,
and people have become enraged with them.
Yeah. we don't get that, or I don't get that because I've complained. I've either praised things for free, and why pay for it,
BK Morris, right? She was like, fucking knock it off. Stop sucking that dude's dick. It's enough.
His balls are drained. What the fuck else can you say?
I'll never stop draining his balls. Or have complained about shit, or have cursed.
Cursed?
Yeah, like, you know, Coca-Cola doesn't want to go with
that's
the
like
dude.
castration.
But I don't listen, so it's not.
Oh, remind me to tell you later on when we're done with the game about cursing and how it's affected Tell 'em Steve Dave.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So I get that. So, like, stuff like that.
I'm sure it was the fucking the strawberry commercial.
Yep. Mrs. Hitler's favorite.
Well, we lost Sherry's Berries?
We lost Sherry's Berry. The very first sponsor who pulled out.
Who were like...
Really?
And it's funny because, like, at the tail end of that, you and I at some point, one of these people is going to have to say, like, are you crazy?
One sponsor's going to have to be like,
yes.
We do not want ourselves associated with Hitler.
Yeah, and it was Sherry's Berries.
Wow.
That's too bad, too, because I had the Jim Jones Sherry's Berry ad all ready to roll. You know, like he was going to be handing out strawberries, Kool-Aid, supplied by Sherry's Berries.
Well, we should do it anyway.
Free spot.
Got a cease and desist order. Oh, that's hysterical.
So you've been told not to curse.
I've been told not to fucking go in like if I get pissed at something.
So last week's entire episode was a big no-no.
Well, I've been told. I've said it on this before. The network has asked me not to say. I don't listen. What are they going to do? Yeah, what are they going to do?
They're trying to silence Q. That can't. That's like fucking putting a saddle on a lion.
Yeah.
Man, that's like telling Kim Kardashian or Paris Hilton to shut up.
Look, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I do get told to maybe.
And I would have to think that's why you haven't been so prevalent on the Twitter, huh? Because you just don't want to hear it. All right, but so back to the game.
All right, what was the quote again?
Embrace the present, support the future.
Embrace the present, support the future. That sounds like some sort of nonsense that I want to say Kim Kardashian would say. I'm going to go with Kim Kardashian.
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. No.
Ming Chen.
Ming Chen!
And I'll give you the context of this tweet.
It's awesome. He texted me about this, so I knew.
I didn't text you about this.
Huh?
I didn't talk to you about this.
No, you wasn't it you?
No.
Somebody texted me because I recognize that, and then I know what comes next.
Embrace the present, support the future. This is the whole thing now.
Yeah.
Embrace the present, support the future. Podcasting is king.
Oh, Declan told me. Yeah.
What?
And I saw that, and I was just like, ugh.
Wow.
What the fuck?
But I think you misunderstood.
That makes
because,
me feel bad.
Declan said that you were
Sounds
enraged.
like some sort of. It sounds like Steve Jobs, right? It sounds like some sort of like, or like Obama's new fucking re-election.
You mean somebody with something important to say? Yeah, right. Yeah.
You don't think
Hope and change.
You don't think for a second that what's going to follow that line up that line. If podcasting is king, then he's the fucking jester. Then
it was in reference to what's that, the misinformation pod.
Right.
I think you actually did it, and Declan said that you were mad because I think you took it as like they were trying to get in the con for free or something. Did you say this?
No.
I didn't think so. And I said, no, we actually like those guys. I said, I don't know.
No,
I don't know why.
I think it was that people were saying that there's certain con circuits that won't let podcasters in for free.
Oh, right. The media.
You're like, I have a podcast. Can I get a free pass?
Can I get a media
pass?
pass?
Yeah, they want to be considered media, and some cons won't do it. I guess Ming was standing on the side of podcasters. You know, not real issues. He's standing on the side of podcasters not getting in free for a con.
Right.
That's where he puts his fucking.
Yeah, that's his fucking platform. What a fucking idiot. Kim Kardashian.
All right, bro, you win right here. This is it.
Oh, come on, bro. You can do it.
This joint knows me well, and life is all about balling.
Ooh. I feel like. Okay. It sounds like something ridiculous that Ming would say because he goes to so many different places.
Okay.
It could be Kim Kardashian because she exclusively dates black dudes almost.
Well, she's married to a black dude.
Yeah, so she might use the word ballin'. But lots of white fools use the word ballin' too. I'm going to rule out Paris Hilton in this one. I don't think it's Paris Hilton.
Okay.
It's between Ming and Kim Kardashian.
Ming did just say something about the platinum life.
This joint knows me well.
This joint knows me well, and life is all about ballin'.
I'm going to go Ming.
You're going to go Ming?
Yeah.
And King of New York City is the winner of a fucking Dollar Shave.
King NYC, which means the other guy. What was it?
Eric. Eric has to. As soon as Eric posts the receipt, I'll have Declan send that. King of New York.
Yeah. Otherwise, King of New York, you don't get your podcast somehow. Yeah, I like those rules. They were fashioned very well. That's a small price to pay for being for playing the game, right?
It is. I can't believe I can't believe the quotes that were attributed to Ming were attributed to Ming. That's crazy.
And there's one more Ming one, just as a bonus quote. Work be damned. Let's podcast soon.
Well, that I believe.
Yeah.
I would have only put work be damned.
No, I would have believed that too. Work be damned. Oh.
Let's podcast. Oh God. Oh God. Do you see why I can't take it? I do have a solo AMA though, Walt, in Washington.
What's that?
Room like Ask Me Anything. I requested it, like a solo panel.
You have a solo panel.
Yes, I asked for it because do you want me to pull the curtain way the fuck back? Nah, maybe I shouldn't.
No, I don't think you should.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, what is an AMA?
It's Ask Me Anything. They say that on Reddit. Like
you have one.
People go on, yeah. Weeks ago, I contacted the con and I said, I know I'm doing a panel with Ming. I said, I'd like to do a second panel, but I want to do it by myself. And I want it to be like an AMA. Could ask me anything about comic book men, tell them Steve Dave, personal life, anything. Anything people want to ask, let's do it. So I'm hoping a lot of ants go. Otherwise, people will be like, so fucking, what's your favorite superhero? Fucking the Thing or the Hulk? And if they were going to fucking fight.
When is this?
This is on Friday. You know what?
You only have a couple of days. If I were you, I'd start reading some comics so you have some fucking answers for people.
but that's the thing. I don't have to even answer. You know?
Ask me anything means you're going to fucking at least get an attempt to answer it.
It doesn't mean I have the answer. You know what I mean? Let me see. Hold on.
And if people are going to walk out, they're like, "Isn't he on a show about comics? Why am I being berated for fucking asking him a comic book question?"
But if they know the show, then they know that I don't know. I know fuck all about comics, so it's a stupid fucking thing.
But if they don't know, if they don't listen to Tell 'em Steve Dave,
right?
What kind of questions do you hope to get?
Well, I'm hoping the people that go just listen to Tell 'em Steve Dave, and if they ask me, yeah, it's probably unrealistic, but I'm going to give it a try.
Got an ad? You want to do an ad?
Yeah, sure. What do we got?
Why don't we do Trunk Club? Why don't we fulfill our obligations to Trunk Club?
Yeah, let's fulfill our obligations to Trunk Club. The biggest problem here is that Gidim has been out there getting so much ass with his new clothes that he won't even call Quinn back.
He won't.
He won't call you back, Quinn.
He won't make plans.
I think that is the most endearing quality of Get 'em Steve Dave. That is why I will always love Get 'em Steve Dave, is that he has a guy of your stature calling him to go out.
Yeah.
And he just fucking doesn't care.
He don't care.
That is fucking
It's pretty
ballsy.
brilliant. It's pretty brilliant.
It's fucking brilliant. And and I applaud it. I'm like, that's fucking genius.
I agree with you. In fact, I'm so not mad at Ming. Not Ming. Get him that I.
Well, thank God he didn't call you on actually going and hanging out.
No, I wanted to. I wanted to, man.
That's sad because I
wanted to hang out with Get 'em.
Hang out with Get 'em. He won't hang out with me though.
I can't get him. I can't get him to hang out.
That's crazy.
I had an idea about him.
About Get 'em?
About Get 'em. I want to raise money for him.
For?
I want to get his teeth fixed. I want to get him implants on the things here.
Maybe Trunk Clubs does dentures.
I don't know, but I was thinking maybe I could.
I am not giving a dime towards that. I got my own kid who's going to need dental and shit. I'm not going to get him money.
I was thinking that I would get some Impractical Jokers props.
Ooh.
And put them on eBay.
This is nice.
Sign them. Get the guys to all sign them. Put them on eBay, like, one of a kind, like props from the show, a shirt that we wore in a scene or something like that, and all the proceeds go to
a guy who won't call him back.
That's desperate. You may have.
Oh
to
my
talk
God,
to
he's trying to buy his friendship.
How sad is that?
Oh God, Quinn, please.
What? What do you mean?
You're a cool guy, man. Like, I like you.
Well, you don't like Get 'em?
No, I like Get 'em, but I like you, and I think you need to know your value as a person.
Well, I figured like maybe the reason he's not
Trump
calling
wasn't
me
enough.
Maybe the reason he's not answering my messages because he's embarrassed because of his teeth.
But he has.
He looks totally normal. Like I would have never known that those were fake teeth.
Right.
So you're saying no, we don't want to do this?
No, I'm saying
I think there are worthier causes.
I think you do if that's what you want to do. You have passion to do that.
Yeah.
I think you should do it then. That'd be a nice gesture. I mean, the guy could definitely benefit. His life can only benefit from that warm and brotherly.
Right.
How could he then ever not return your call after that?
Well, dude, honestly,
he's going to do it.
He's going to do it. How would you feel? You get him the teeth, you text him, and he doesn't text you back.
I would feel like I have another Brian Johnson in my life.
You get out of here. Maybe a year ago or so. Brian shots it with teeth.
All right, Trunk Club. So we're not going to do we never did get out with Get 'em to see how, to see if the clothes would have worked. But it's a pretty safe bet that you would have had to beat off whoever was attracted to him.
Oh, I didn't even beat off Get 'em. Yeah. No.
You would have been, it would have been like Paul McCartney and John Lennon, trying to get to their car.
Right.
The way you guys would have had to run from the club.
Imagine a Justin Bieber drop naked in Times Square. That's the sort of attention that Get 'em would have gotten in those Trunk Club clothes.
I feel like they would have been running and Quinn would have just stopped because he was winded and the crowd would have run right past him to get him.
Like an Animal
we gotta
House
get out of here.
when Kevin Bacon gets run over and he's just completely flattened. Yeah.
He uses you as a human shield.
This is a pair of
We're raising money for Quinn's teeth.
So if you want the Get 'em treatment, you got to go to trunkclub.com/TESD. You answer a few simple questions about your look, about your style, and about your size.
And if you're paranoid or not.
And then they assign a real person who helps to style you. They email you a list of clothes. They recommend that you should try on at least. You approve, and at no cost to you, they ship a trunk full of fresh new clothes to your door. Try them on, keep what you want, send back what you don't in their prepaid box. That's it.
I mean, it sounds risk-free, man.
There aren't many things in life risk-free.
No.
Trunk Club is one of them.
Yep.
It's got to be at the top of the list.
Yeah.
There's other risk-free things to do out there.
Right. Like you're more likely to get hurt in your own home somehow.
Right.
That's more of a risk than Trunk Club is.
Yeah.
Just sitting around your own house.
And the best thing, you only pay for the clothes you keep. No ongoing subscriptions, no hidden charges, no malls.
So it's not like that book club that my mother still belongs to, and they send shit because she forgets to return that card.
You're telling me the Columbia House model is still being used?
It's still in effect, and there are still people like my mother who forget to say, "Oh no, I don't want the books," and she ends up getting them. I'm just like, how the fuck does this model still work?
Well, you're looking,
but then she returns them. She writes return to sender on them,
and she still
and they
not
take
get
them
charged?
back. Yeah, they take them back. It's crazy.
And I just want to say right now, listeners, you're going to thank me for this. So go right now. It's completely free. Get started at trunkclub.com/TSD today. That's trunkclub.com/TESD.
As soon as I drop all the LBs I'm looking to drop, I'm going to give Trunk Club a call. Yeah, and I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to dress a little fancy.
Nice. Is it it's men's only? Men's only?
Right now, it is men's only.
Okay, because I know we have a growing female audience.
I wish you fucking two would just stop saying that. I just got the fucking shirts, the new shirt order for the 13%ers.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is the last try.
Stop fucking chasing this white unicorn that is the fucking female audience.
I saw.
We got to go after the guys who support us, the Fitzmans, the fucking thick, but still handsome. Dudes. That's our audience.
I saw a girl with a 13%er shirt on, and she was complaining to me, "You don't have girl sizes." I said, "Yes, we do." So this is it. I said,
I just got the numbers after letting it roll for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are the numbers?
Are we pulling the curtain back?
Do you want to pull the curtain back?
Let's do it. Let's pull the curtain back.
Do we have one more week that we can say
No, we don't. I had to. You got the email.
Oh, I didn't.
Let's pull the curtain back. Come on.
Pull the curtain back, Walt.
I had to go in and place an order to meet the demand and to keep them in stock because I knew you guys would not want me to pull the 13%. I don't know why we fucking catered so much to this 13%. Any fucking businessman would fucking throw you out on your fucking asses for going after 13% of the audience.
What have I ever done? You're the one that made the fucking woman's T-shirt, not me.
But it was risk-free.
All right, but I've never done any. I've literally never done anything to court them.
But the fact that we ignore 87%
in a Trunk Club,
the 87% of the audience were fucking ignoring and going after 13%.
But what are you talking about? I've never said anything about that.
What are these numbers? And now, girls, when you hear these numbers, seriously, like you're making me and Quinn look like assholes here. So we're
What
gonna.
did I do? I don't even understand how I'm involved in this.
You're too
The
busy.
three-headed
worrying about
logo
Quinn.
Q.
Okay.
Okay.
7 shirts.
7 shirts. All right.
Okay, the ants.
Okay. This is the one that I would.
But that's been around for a while.
12. And the
What-
demon shield.
Give me 4 color demons.
4-color demon. Well, we haven't done 4-color demons.
Oh, we haven't. Okay.
We haven't done that yet. I think wait, we did. We did do the 4-color demons. That was done not on this this probationary period that I fucking demanded.
Right.
I had to fucking
but
I had to fucking fight tooth and nail to be like, we can't just fucking invest all of our money.
No, I agreed with you though. I said just give it more than a week.
Bullshit. That was way more than a week.
No, it was 10 days.
It was more than a week. I got the email fucking too.
I have the emails that prove it.
I got the
Trunk Club /TESD for
that's
all
over.
your clothing needs.
This is fucking Tell 'em Steve Dave's fucking trunk club. We deserve to fucking be buried in it.
I know, the riskiest fucking shit ever.
I don't I don't know why we fucking are so fucking set on fucking trying to fucking make money off 13% of the audience.
13%ers. I reached out with Sage. I'm reaching out again. Come on, stop making me look like an asshole. I went to bat for you to get these girly cuts.
You did, and I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
You went to bat. It's almost Rocky Balboa style.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And you took a beating from fucking Apollo in this.
Yeah.
Who's Apollo? You?
Yeah.
No, the fucking the audience.
The orders are Apollo. Yeah.
I mean, you stood your ground.
Waltz Clubber Lang.
But I really had. They are up there now, but whatever's up there, once it's gone, it's gone.
Sorry, girls, I tried.
Unless there's some sort of fucking amazing response.
There won't be. I will say this. First of all, I can't remember ever fighting this battle, but I will say this. The 13% is a very...
Doesn't it seem like there's a lot when you go to shows?
They're very active. They're very active,
Yeah.
and they come to the shows and they're wearing
on merch
shirts,
table.
but they're just buying the boy sizes.
And every week, there's the Tell 'em Steve Dave Town Dolls. They put together like a collage. They have like a theme each week.
Yeah, they got some sexy photos on there.
Yeah. Okay, I'm putting this out.
So the amount of, the amount of effort though. It's just it's admirable, but
because we're feminists basically.
Basically,
we're cisgendered feminists.
but you'd have more results. You'd have more results just yelling out your window at this point that you have.
Right. You want a shirt?
Yeah. Just open the screen and just yell it out to your fucking apartment complex because you're getting the same response.
$14.95 plus $6 shipping. Throw it up here. Like I drop a pail down and pull it up.
And I didn't mean to use Fitzman as an example of
because he didn't order shit.
Yeah, I'm sure he has.
He's a good guy.
But he's the guy. But that's who we should focus all of our marketing on.
On Fitzman?
On Fitzman and Fitzman like
Fitzman-esque type listeners. Yeah.
And I'm not trying. It's just dollars talk.
You know what? You're absolutely right in a business sense. You are 100% right. I thought when I said give me that chance, let me go to the 13%ers and implore them and say, hey, you asked for the girly cuts. Here are the girly cuts. Can you order more than 7? You're making us pull the curtain back for Christ's sake.
But I don't know. But I'm not sure though. That's not a good number when you only have 13% of an audience. You don't know what that 13% of that audience may be. That may be just all there is.
So if we have 100 listeners, is what you're saying?
I don't know. But
then half of the 13%ers order.
But I wouldn't be ashamed of that because you just don't know.
Those are boffo numbers.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tell myself that.
But there's no shame in making the effort and going to bat for them. But it just wasn't there.
Yeah.
Unless
now there's shame.
Like I said, but whatever's up there now in stock, though, if you want one, you really should act, though.
Yeah, you got to act quickly. This is going the way of the fucking book club. Walt, we're going to hit learn something today, I hear.
Oh.
Give it to me. It's been too long.
It has been a while.
It's been too long since I've learned something.
And there has been Hitler news, Q. Don't fucking think for a second that there hasn't been. There's always. It seems like every week there is some.
Sure,
Nazi
still
news.
relevant even today.
But
There's still some fucking idiot. It's like, I know what I'll do.
But just because I don't bring it to your attention doesn't mean that he's still not making news.
Right. Okay.
The two big the three main combatants in World War II. Q. Who are they? Hitler. Who are the other two?
Wait.
You got your Churchill.
Oh, you mean leaders?
Oh, I thought you meant the Axis powers. There's Hitler, there's Mussolini, and there's what was the Japanese guy?
Hirohito. Well, I meant like in terms of like the
Hirohito.
most, it's Churchill and is it FDR?
Yeah.
Yeah, Patton. You thinking?
Say what you will.
Right.
The good guys won. But
Good guys won.
The good guys won, but they ain't making news 100 years later.
But nobody's naming ice creams after you. You can't buy a Churchill cone.
That's right, Q. In India?
Oh, my God. Look at this image.
What is it?
Look at that
There's
image.
now ice cream cones named after Hitler.
Why is he dressed like Uncle Sam with the Nazi hat?
He has a fucking... Oh, my God. That is so weird.
Why are they doing this?
They're
claiming
is,
ignorance.
Their claim is that there isn't Holocaust and history.
Like they don't have...
They don't teach it. They don't acknowledge it. Therefore, they're not...
It's not on their radar.
It's not on their radar.
The Holocaust is just not on their radar.
And they don't get outraged by this.
It's fucking incredible.
It says lack of Holocaust education in the country means the snack isn't shocking. But why use him then? Like, why
isn't it English? Like these people who
it
are
says
reporting...
Hitler ice cream cones.
Right. Why? I don't understand that the reporters who are reporting on this are doing a really piss poor job, because why aren't they investigating where's the ice cream being manufactured?
Right.
Why is it in English? Right? If not to be some sort of publicity scam.
Well, that's what they're saying. German newspaper Bild labeled the cones a macabre publicity stunt. Jeez. Now, who is making these cones? MFV Products. And there's even a telephone number on there.
What I find the best, though, is every picture of somebody with the ice cream cone. They are grinning as if it's a fucking...
Well, wouldn't you be?
No, I would be horrified if I got caught. Come on. If I got caught in mid-lick.
No, but
someone fucking caught me licking a Hitler ice cream cone.
First of all, we don't know how delicious that ice cream is.
Yeah.
Two, I would assume you're doing it as a joke.
That's not a real funny joke. I mean,
I agree.
I'm fucking vacationing in India, and just somebody snaps a picture of me, and I got a fucking chocolate Hitler's fucking mustache.
How quickly is Conflict Men canceled? Like that's the end of it, right?
I would think you would have to cancel it. But how long can you use ignorance as an excuse, Q?
I mean,
well, so far 70 years it would appear.
And why is India so reluctant to not teach that history in their?
Maybe they have their own problems. They're like, listen,
they got some.
That's what I'm saying. Like they just like we have no time to worry about.
Well, you're talking about a country that like
careful.
Well, I don't give a fuck.
Practical Jokers is very popular in India. Please.
Really? Do you guys have an Indian Practical Jokers?
No. Our version's there. It's extremely popular.
Is it?
It's like the #1 show on their Comedy Central.
You're right. He's been shut down.
Hey.
I heard it. His text just went up. That was his
publicist. It's my publicist.
Yeah.
She's got a live feed to tell him.
I'll tell you what, though. We were offered. We did the network upfronts,
right? And
we were offered a stylist to come and dress us
from Trunk Club.
From I don't know from where, and I was the only one of the three of us that said no. And our publicist called. I said I'll dress myself. I don't need help. Right. And my publicist pulled me aside and be like,
"You need help."
No,
I saw the picture of you on Twitter with the vest and the patches on the elbows. Please, Brian, please. Listen to me.
She said, "She goes, I'm impressed that you're a real man." That's what my publicist said to me.
Now, would the other jokers get annoyed at that comment?
I don't know.
That's calling into question their manhood.
Yeah, the little prissy boys.
That's not my problem.
Did they get Brazilians too?
I believe
they got landing strips.
She said, finally a real man.
She did, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
As Sal was getting his asshole bleached.
were you chuffed with yourself a little bit?
I was like, I hear you, sister. I hear you.
No, come on. What was the real response?
No, that was basically my real response. I was like, no, I know.
Is she married?
I don't know. I should find out.
Why?
That seems to me that might be a come on.
Really?
Come on.
She
calls you out.
She is attractive, I'll tell you that.
You're the only man out of these 4 fucks.
Really? That's a good point. Wow, man, I'm slipping.
You're virile.
Yeah. Good dresser, apparently.
Well, if she's looking at that Twitter with that fucking vest.
There's a reason
What Twitter
they
are you
offered you a
talking about? What
stylist.
is
Picture of you wearing the fucking 4-color demons with patches on your elbows.
Oh, that's here.
It's like Professor fucking Quinn and shit.
That's here. That's I wore the vest to show you.
Oh, you wouldn't wear that to the upfronts?
And real man Brian Quinn.
I did. You know what? I did go on a 2.5-hour motorcycle ride on Monday. Both ways, 5 hours on the motorcycle. Wore the vest.
Did you?
I did.
And no problems?
No problems.
Are you concerned that because I hear you're rocking a rocker now?
No, I'm not.
No? Okay.
No.
What do you mean rocking a rocker? He's like in a
I don't know who said that. That's not
rocker,
true.
on the back of the vest?
Rocker patch.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not. No.
Okay, you're gonna get us killed.
No, I'm not. I have the Telsey Dave one, the Ant one,
Right.
and that one, and I forget what and the Elvis one. That's it.
Yeah, who'd you go riding with?
No, I
Hell's
drove.
Angels?
I went to. Yeah, we fucking rode. I hit some asshole in the face with a bike chain. No, I went to my parents' house in Pennsylvania.
Oh, so this wasn't like some sort of like
No, I just went to
organized
visit.
ride?
No, went to visit my parents, and I just threw on the vest and did it up there.
Okay. No, I thought it was something more significant than why you brought it up then, just because you went out for a ride.
Just to say, 4-color demons. We're on the road, man. We're tearing it up. We're not to be fucked with. Okay. Nobody fucked with me.
Well, who would?
Now, Walt,
I'm trying to sell patches here, man. What's up with you?
Well, I haven't heard you mention where they can get the patches at, though.
Oh, well, that's because I'm busy defending myself here. Didn't you hear I'm a real man?
all you got to do is go to tellemstevedave.com. It's going to bring you right there, man.
Yeah.
Well, you don't really watch TV that much anymore, right? Like
Depends.
Are you familiar with this Duggar, the 19 Kids and Counting thing?
I've heard of that show.
There's a child molester guy on it. According to, but this is kind of weird. He admitted to fondling 5 underage girls under the Duggar roof when he was 14.
Is he a Duggard?
Yes.
He's your oldest son, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made headlines last week when it was revealed that he was the subject of a police investigation into sexual abuse when he was 14. He had since admitted to fondling 5 underage girls. Now, he's also underage of 14. So how old are these? I'm trying to figure out how old were these girls. Do you know?
Can I ask something off topic, though, but still on topic of 19 kids and counting?
Of molesting little kids? Sure, go ahead.
Fuck that guy who called me on that I was PC. I'm about to fucking bring in.
You're about to fucking bring the noise. Yeah.
This joint is balling, and they know me well. Q, could you live?
I got a clip for this week.
Could you grow up in a family of 19 and grow up and be normal? Do you think?
No,
I don't think it's possible. I don't think you can give 19 kids.
I think the mother is demented and the father is demented. I think there's something wrong with people who want to have that many kids. Yeah, there's something wrong with them.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I mean, I don't look at it. I'm not going to be that harsh. Maybe this is my PC coming through.
He's backing down. He just got a text from his publicist.
I'm not going to say that the demented, but I just question affection.
The elasticity of that puss.
Oh, God.
Wait, you don't know if it was all C-sections.
Yeah, it would have to be after a while, right?
No,
that's horrible.
No, you can have 19 natural births. Oh, my God.
It's too horrible to mention.
But
the Grand Canyon of Poontang.
Could I mean? I just don't think you could give the amount of attention,
It's
love,
impossible.
and just nurturing.
I'm here to tell you can't do it with 4 kids.
I don't think it's possible. So why would you keep having kids, though?
The Bible.
Is it religion?
It's religion. With them, it's religion.
So, like, if you have intercourse,
Yeah.
you can have intercourse and not get pregnant. That's fine.
Are you allowed to say intercourse, or is that over the Joker line?
No,
Okay.
we can't.
Intercourse is cool.
But if you get pregnant,
Yeah.
if we're gonna have sex tonight, we could get pregnant and have number 20.
And that's a gift from God.
But are you supposed to, if you're the religion, if you feel you're going, I don't know if you know anything about the religion. I'm just asking you because I don't know. If you feel like it's going to happen, like, oh my God, I'm ready to climax.
yeah.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
And
We got to watch it. Everything we say, Quinn's like giving us the cut sign and shit.
are you able to pull it out, or are you going against God if you pull it out?
I think you're going against God,
Yeah, I think
right?
you're going against God.
Really? Even though you're pulling it out because you're like, God, I just don't have the money to raise another one.
Thou shalt not give a facial, says God.
Why do you you can't just do it on the belly. You don't have to go on the face.
You got to humiliate her
What fun is
somehow. You got to show her who's boss.
My publicist would not approve. I want to distance myself from that remark.
But so is that really, in all seriousness, do you really believe that? You really believe he wouldn't be allowed to?
I believe he wouldn't be allowed.
Pace himself so he doesn't climax inside.
I believe he would not be allowed.
That would be against the rules.
According to what he says,
So you're basically saying if you have to go all out and complete, or it's a sin.
Yeah,
You got to complete
It's
inside.
procreation is for having children.
Now they're
don't
not
believe
Catholics
that.
or Mormons, right?
I don't know.
I'd have to imagine they're Mormons.
I think that's harsh. Then that's a
Yeah,
little.
but we live in a world where people are setting people on fire and beheading other people for religion. You think that's the harsh one?
No. Beheading for your God is a bit rougher. Is a bit taking it a little bit further than.
Right.
But that's some
harsh shit, man.
that's a hard line to toe, though. Like, because you're feeling a little randy.
Yeah.
And you might have a 20th kid, though, just because you want to just, like, have a little fun.
Dude, you're feeling a little around. You might have a 12th kid. That's fucking like crazy.
And
A 7th kid is crazy.
and after the first one turns out to be a child molester, you still have more?
Well, I don't think they knew it right
they
away.
Didn't know.
Well, they knew at 14.
They didn't. I think that was a revelation that just came out now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't seem to find out how old these kids were that he was. Okay, wait a second. An unnamed minor said, "Oh, he had been touching her breasts and genitals while she slept."
Creepy.
So he was sleep creeping and shit.
Yeah.
You watched this show?
I've never seen it.
I imagine it's going to hurt the ratings, huh?
They pulled it off the air.
Oh, it's for that?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Why would I understand why they pull it, but why would you come out and say unless he knew it was going to come out anyway?
Look at the way she's dressed. Who would fuck her?
Oh, come on.
Who would fuck him?
let me see.
Who would fuck him?
That's just an outfit.
It's so weird.
It is really
It's just
weird, man.
people. It's just weird people doing weird things.
And it just goes to show, like, everyone's like, oh, they're a loving family, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, you know what? They have problems just like anybody else.
Yeah.
19 kids
it's like,
and
look,
counting.
they tried
Do
to
you
cover
think the
it up.
19 kids had anything to do with it?
Like all 19 piled on one kid.
No. Do you think, though, that, do you think that growing up in that environment, like, mommy doesn't give me enough attention, daddy, could it have had a hand in making him act out like
That's
this?
a tough one to speculate because it's so abnormal to want to do that to kids.
I like Brady Bunch.
Right.
You saw the show?
Yeah.
I'm sure you fantasized about living in a family of that size.
To this day.
It would be nice. It feels like, right? But even I think that may be, you're going to have people, someone's going to get neglected when you have that many children, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think 1 or 2 is probably the max, unless you have like a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad, and then maybe 3. But even that is really pushing.
Would you, if a candidate was to run in the next coming years and be like, I think America should limit it to 3, a new law, would you support that?
Would I support? I would support a law that some people were like, you can't have kids at all. For some people,
I don't think.
No, there are lots of there are lots of people who are fucking really shitty parents. I mean, Keanu Reeves said it best in Parenthood, where he's like, you have to have a fucking license to catch a fish. You have to have a license to drive a car, but any butt-reaming asshole can have a kid. And it's so true, and I mean, look at the number of kids who are like abused and grow all fucked up, and sometimes their parents, who don't require their uncles to take care of them.
You're going to have people like young kids that are not going to be able to adhere, like they can't.
It's not something you can.
You can't
don't they do it in China?
You can't legislate it.
What's that?
Don't they do it in other countries though?
Yeah, like China, where they also fucking imprison people for life with no trials.
Right? Don't they tax you or something? Like it's they put a financial burden on if you have more kids.
Isn't the financial burden enough of having the children?
But they're like, I think they imply like taxes on you. They're like,
well, that's why they kill the little girls, right?
That was.
Is that don't they still do that?
No.
I thought that was still like because of that, like they want a son, so if a female is born, suddenly
I don't think that's still.
They can't still be throwing kids in the rivers and sacks. And
dude, they're still selling fucking Hitler ice cream in fucking
India.
Yeah. Oh, China's so much more advanced.
Hey, India's got good taste.
I saw the Olympics they put on. It was fucking impressive.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, okay, I'm all turned around. FanDuel, I think FanDuel is doing well by us, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
FanDuel is everywhere. I go and look on some hockey sites, and you can see they have banners. They have, like, clicks where you click on and take you to their site. So they are they're spending a fortune on advertising.
It's gambling, and people love to gamble, man. People love it. I don't either. I'm always afraid I'm going to lose. I've
never got the thrill from gambling. I don't. I know there is a thrill because I'm sure I'd be fucking thrilled if I won, but the fear of losing has always made me.
I had one bad night last year where I lost $1,800
gambling,
and I was like,
I was
ready to blow my brains out.
I was.
And I'm that's still up for the year. Like usually I'll win like $200-$300 here or there and stop, but I don't know what happened. This
obviously
was
not FanDuel.
No, it was not. It was 3-card poker and roulette, and I just got my clock cleaned. And I'm still not over it. Every check I get now, I look at it and I like subtract that money.
FanDuel right now is guaranteeing your $1,800.
Really?
If you go and sign up now, they all you gotta do is just pick any team, you'll win. Okay. Everybody's a winner at FanDuel. Nobody ever loses. I don't know how FanDuel makes any money.
I love it. I'm in. $1,800.
I'm going to try this week, I think. I'm just going to, I mean, because you can start with $1, right?
I think so, but you don't know anything about baseball.
Well, they match you up to $200, right?
Well,
start at just $1. I mean, how can you go wrong with $1? How about that? If you can't afford to go get a shirt, 13%ers,
right.
Can you afford to pay $1 and go on FanDuel and win some money? I think we all can.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet all $45 that I made on Monday on FanDuel. I'll probably have better fucking luck. But you have to pick players, right?
Yeah, you gotta know a little bit about your sports, but that's where you got a whole follower base that can help you. Just tell you like, hey man, I need to pick a pitcher. I need to pick a catcher.
Well, I'm gonna go NBA. So if anybody knows about NBA.
No. Professional athletes.
Yeah. This isn't an Adam and Eve commercial.
Oh, God.
And I imagine the basketball, though, there's one good dude now, right? It's just the LeBron James. So
no, there's these two guys from Golden State Warriors. Have you seen them? It's like these two guards. They have some kind of name. I'm going to pick them. Let me see if I can pick them. Hold on a second. I'm going to find their names.
You can pick whoever you want.
Golden State.
Are they still in the playoffs?
Warriors. Oh, I don't know. They have to be in.
They have to be playing for you to use them.
Oh, really? Okay.
Or else they have no stats.
let me see. Stephen Curry. I recognize that name. And then
this is wait, right here. This
Stephen
is what
Curry
you call
is
inside info for all you listeners out there. Right. Pick Stephen Curry on your FanDuel fantasy page, and who else?
I think his name is Klay Thompson.
All right, and then how about LeBron James?
And you could pick him. But like I was watching this Stephen Curry nail like way outside the 3-point range, one after the like it was fucking nothing
in a game.
No, he was like just taking. They were feeding on the ball, and he was just taking practice shots. He was warming up.
Well, everybody's good.
There was nobody in his face, but he was almost like at half court. I was like, how the fuck is he nailing them like this? But stop taking it away from my player. He's going to try to steal my player. I can tell.
Right. FanDuel.com. Click on the microphone in the upper right hand corner and use TSD code and sign up now. You want to do this last segment, Brian?
I do want to do this last segment. There was one other thing I just saw here. I wanted to read to you, though. I wasn't aware there were so many. Now, this is never going to happen on Comic Book Men. The list of reality shows who have had run-ins with child molester problems. This is TLC. Here comes Honey Boo Boo.
Of course.
Show was canceled after Mama June and her ex, Mark McDaniel. McDaniel had been released from jail at the time after serving no, it was a different guy. She dropped Sugar Bear. Her ex-boyfriend had got out of jail after serving time for molesting an 8-year-old girl, and that girl was one of Mama June's daughters.
Oh, boy.
What a fucking fat, disgusting cunt. What a piece of shit.
Wait a second. She dated him after he got out of jail?
He moved in with her. She broke up with Sugar Bear, and the guy moved in.
When she went to jail for molesting her kid?
Yes.
Oh, that's disgusting.
That's the scumbag that she is.
That's disgusting.
Okay. Sons of Guns. Gunsmith and former Marine Will Hayden was charged with raping a 12-year-old girl in 2014.
This is too depressing.
Yeah. Cheer Perfection. And Cake Boss.
Cake Boss?
That's right. I knew you'd want to hear that one. Remigio Gonzalez, who is married to the sister of the show's. Okay, so somebody who's married, Buddy's brother-in-law, received 9 years in prison after he sexually assaulted a 13-year-old girl. While he did not appear on the show by the time these charges were brought, he was no longer a character. Oh, while he did appear on that show, these charges were brought against him when he was no longer a character on the program. That also happened to what's his name? What's that asshole on? Oh God, what's his name? Bam, like his uncle or something. Didn't his uncle have something to? Maybe I'm wrong. So
it's so bad.
Yeah. Oh God Almighty. Well, that's never going to happen on Comic Book Man. We're wholesome, man. Oh, hello, Taylor Swift.
You got a good picture of her?
What are you doing? What is it? Bare midriff.
She's legal.
Oh, hey, hi, you. Hey, you little belly. Yeah, let's do this segment. Right. I do want to do this segment.
Did you guys come up with one?
I did. It's a little bit melancholy, but I came up with it.
Okay.
Actually, I had two. They were neck and neck, and I wasn't sure which one.
I asked you guys to. I had this idea for Groundhog's Day, and I named it Groundhog's Day because it would be the day you would choose if you were forced or not forced. Just like let's say a little alien or a little angel came into your room tonight and was like, you got to pick one day in your life to relive over and over. You won't be aware you're reliving it over. So, because I imagine even the best day,
right?
10
I took it to be a positive, not a negative.
Yeah,
because Groundhog Day was a negative. Like he hated
because he knew it.
He knew it, right?
That's where I'm twisting it. The little angel or the little angel, right. or if you don't believe in angels, the little alien comes in and says, "I don't know." Your publicist doesn't want you to weigh in on angels.
It's too divisive. Aliens are cool.
But if the alien or angel says,
"Alien, please."
Sorry. Alien says, Q, pick a day in your life to relive over and over, and from now until you die, you won't be aware you're reliving it, so it'll be just as awesome as that day was. You'll never grow weary of it, and you will live the rest of your life in bliss.
Right.
Because this was the greatest day in your life, the grandest day. of your life?
Yeah, I don't know if I went with the greatest day. I went with a day that I would like to live.
To relive over and over.
Yeah.
Well, why would you not pick the greatest one?
Because I think that's too hard. I think saying one day is the greatest day is a little too hard to quantify a little bit. Like, what's the greatest day of my life? I went with...
You got too many of them, huh?
No, it's not that. It's just that I've been in a certain...
Puss after puss after puss.
Actually, Puss doesn't even really weigh into it at all.
Yeah, Puss didn't weigh into it for me
Really?
either.
Oh, wow. I'm going to feel like a fucking...
No.
If your publicist is going to be calling me, who's the real man?
It was, are we jumping in? Is that what we're doing?
Jumping in what?
Into the stories?
Yeah, I want to hear your story.
Yeah,
I want to
okay.
hear Q's grand day.
So...
Q's great.
Somebody licensed this
for
a movie.
Well,
It's a
hey, I've
double
already
feature.
brokered one movie deal, so I could make. I got some connections.
It's not going to do my reputation a lot,
It's
but
a
you know what?
double feature.
I did spend a lot of time thinking about this, and I bounced around from day to day, and I
Can you give me the year first?
not exactly.
You don't even know the year.
Yeah, but it won't be important. The year's not important.
Okay.
I remember the day very well. And
I met Michael Duggar.
there was you know how like you could go to the store and buy like jars of like tomatoes, not tomato sauce, but the tomatoes that you cook into tomato sauce,
Okay.
like stewed tomatoes or
Yeah.
crushed tomatoes.
They look like peppers.
Yeah. So my grandparents, my mother's parents, every year they would have this big. They had like an acre of land in Brooklyn, which is unheard of. They bought it like back in the fucking 50s, and every year my grandfather would invite everybody over.
Can I?
Yeah.
I don't want, but I just to paint the picture.
Go ahead.
Is this the grandfather that you miss and that said, "I love bread"?
This is,
Oh,
but
this is sweet.
but it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that in a way. So once a year, what they would do is they would get together and he would buy tomatoes. Like he would get a distributor and get these crates of tomatoes, and then would spend the day jarring these tomatoes, right? And then give them away to the family. So it was like a thing. And this particular year, we had my two grandparents, who I don't know. Lately, I've been missing them a bit. My grandparents. I kind of wish they were. I think it's watching my parents turn into grandparents. Oh, they've been for a while now, and how they are with my nieces and nephews. It's kind of been making me miss them.
You getting melancholy.
Yeah, and I was like, there was one time that I remember that like everybody was there. My father's parents were there. They were still alive. You know what I mean? Or at least his mother was. And we all just got there and we spent the day like just hanging out, and my grandmother was cooking, and we would jar these tomatoes all day, and then now my grandfather pulled out some firecrackers that he had in the shed in the back, and we went into the street out. So this is when you could do shit like this.
How old are you?
I was pretty young. I'm probably like 8, 9, something like that. And we just spent the day together, just eating and like jarring it. And the whole family was there. And that night, we just were lighting fireworks and shit. And I was playing with my cousins and stuff. And I was so happy, man. And like all the people I loved with it was there and around me. And I was like, what a great place. Like, what a great place to be.
Like a great place in time.
Yeah, there's nothing to worry about. There was nothing. There was no concerns. I wasn't worried about a single thing. I was just having a good time with my family. And I don't know, man, that's something that I just don't think I'm ever going to have again. I don't have kids.
Right.
You can recreate that for your kids and one day your grandkids. Like
I don't know anything about canning.
Right, but
You're trying to show your kids some light canning and shit.
I come out with no thumbs.
Yeah. How do you girls feel about preserves?
yeah, I don't know. It's just like it was a really great day where I just
that is a very unexpected.
I had other ones.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful reminiscence from you. But I would have never imagined you would have picked a time. You're now from now till you die. You're not going to ever vote Odo.
I'm never gonna what?
Vodio dough.
I don't know what that means.
Really? You never heard that?
No.
Or you're not going to intercourse.
Oh, but I didn't care about it back then.
Photo is too risque. He's pretending he doesn't know what it means.
Well, I'm not married, Walt, so I don't do that. No, I mean, I didn't care back then.
I know you didn't care, but I'm so, but yeah, but you're like way.
And I almost don't care anymore now, so I've kind of like come back around to it anyway.
But knowing when the little alien is, you're telling him like, weighing in like, okay, if I pick this day, I am pre-pubescent Q.
Yeah.
And that's when you're happiest.
Yeah.
The alien's thinking,
well, that one day, that like one day.
He doesn't want to vote, you don't know.
Yeah, that just is like, that would be the day. That was nice.
It's very nice.
If you told me right now, like, I'll never have sex for the rest of my life, but my grandparents would be alive, I would take the grandparents. Absolutely.
That's an amazing sacrifice.
Yeah, I do. I miss them a lot. And like the older I get, I'm like, I would.
Would you make that sacrifice?
My grandparents? Yeah.
You'd make that sacrifice too?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, my one grandmother, because mine actually has to do with my grandmother too. Okay. I never met my paternal grandfather.
Well, as you recall, I didn't even recognize. I thought some stranger that walked in was my grandmother.
Thought our guidance counselor was her grandmother.
I ain't giving up humping for somebody I don't even recognize.
For your guidance counselor. Yeah.
Well, that's sweet.
Yeah. I mean,
that helps.
Yeah.
That helps last week.
Okay.
I think you did a lot in repairing maybe some people who were upset with you last week for bitching, because that's sweet, and that's sacrifice you're willing to make.
Yeah.
What happens though when
I thought people liked last week.
No, he was saying that they didn't. I was just going off what he said.
I mean, look,
plenty of people who
there were days in there that involved money. There were days in there that involved fame. In the debating, there were definitely days in there that involved sex. But in the end, I couldn't look at them and be like, that's more important than being in that moment with those people who aren't around anymore. So that was it. It was nice. It was actually your homework.
He's a genius though, because he says he doesn't care about sex, but all the fucking single 13%ers are going to be soaked after hearing this.
Yeah, their panties are going to be ruined. They're going to have to buy shirts to mop up all the juice.
He's going to go out on with the Jokers on tour. Right. The 13%ers are just going to say just how like wonderful.
In the meet and greet, just hand me their room keys and
they're like, you know what? Hey, I love canning too.
They're going to come in. Wink. They're going to come in dressed like 80-year-old women and shit,
like moo-moos and fucking, like Mama's house where she fucking wore that shit.
Why can't we do both? We can and you can hit my can.
Here's a firecracker.
Boom!
It's the 4th of July.
Do you want to go? Or do you want? I mean, I don't feel like I want to follow 2 grandma stories. No.
do you want to go and then I'll
I don't want to follow. Oh my!
If it makes you feel better, when my grandmother died, I had phone sex with a married woman at her wake. So that
while you were at the funeral parlor?
Yeah, behind it. So Did
you masturbate?
I didn't. She did. Yeah.
That definitely neutralized it.
Yeah. So there you go.
I think
so now you can tell your story.
Without the lunch on that one. How the fuck did she ever let you say that?
I love how she has a live stream of what he's saying.
I don't know if I want to follow 2 grandma stories, but
so why don't you go and then I'll close with a grandma story.
What made me think about it, because I think about it a lot, and would think about the segment, and what I wanted to ask you guys to think about it was, I think about the day that I'm going to bring up on a regular basis, because every night before I go to sleep, I'd say 9 out of 10 nights, I look back and I go, was today even close to that best day? And usually it's like a second, like, fuck no. There's not even chance, not even reason to even like debate it. Of course it wasn't, but there have been days that have come close. And I remember the night before that night I went to bed. I said, as I was going to bed, I was like, wow, this may be the greatest day I've ever had. if a little angel. I can say angel. Right wing. I said that, like, I said I was. I'll just tell the story, but I did say I knew it that night as it was the day was closing. I knew that this was the day, and I wondered if it would ever be topped. And it's not even that special, though. It's not like spectacular. I don't want to say special. It's not that spectacular. I mean, it was basically a day that nothing really happened. But it's probably 2007 or 2006. I know it's awful that I can't remember the exact year, but Alicia was either 3 or Alicia was either 4. And that would make Caitlin either 7 or 8. But we went to... Do you ever hear Storybook Land?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've been there.
You've been to Storybook Land?
Yeah.
Are you going to do a segment there? On the Practical Jokers?
No, I was there when I was a kid.
Oh, you were there when you was a kid?
Yeah, yeah.
You've been there?
Yeah.
It's down south? Exit, like, it's way down south.
No, maybe I'm thinking of something else then. I thought we actually went with you, but maybe not. It's like an old school.
Wait a minute. Didn't I bring your... Yeah.
Yeah.
You brought your nieces and nephews.
Yeah, we did go. Yep.
Yeah, that's where I went.
Yeah, okay.
That wasn't the day, though.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, shit. Thought I was part of your best day ever.
But I was there with my kids, and you would say that you've been there. It hasn't changed probably since you were a kid. It was built in the 50s, and it looks as if it's frozen in time.
Yeah.
It's a spectacular snapshot of a theme park that really doesn't look like it belongs in this era.
Right.
It's all paper mache, kind of like fairy tale creatures, like the little houses that look like little pigs. I mean,
like nothing is paved; it's all dirt.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like a county fair.
Yeah, but it has the charm almost
down in
of
Egg Harbor. Yeah. That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It has the charm of something that, like, you are visiting the past, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I went there with my kids. It was around.
Oh, that fucking whale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. It's Christmas time, so the park is all going to be done up with Christmas lights. It's December, so it's cold, but it doesn't. So we go in and we got hot chocolate at the I guess the eatery that's there, and it was fucking packed. I mean, you couldn't even sit down. That was the only bad part of the day. But I still look back at it now. I was like, it was better that it was packed. We did that, and then I actually stopped. We got something to eat at Denny's. Stopped at a Walmart and hit up. And this is 2006 or 7, so this is at the height of buying toys. Had a major score. Major score. I found like hundreds of dollars worth of stuff that I fucking turned.
You were right to go in the middle.
That I flipped and made a fortune off of. Well, the store made a fortune off of.
Best day
This
ever.
is also,
I
this
lined
is also
Kevin
Kevin's
Smith's
best
pocket.
day ever.
I lined an already rich man's pocket.
But it was the thrill of finding the score. It was that minor 49er mindset that I had back then. And it's so we head back. They both fall asleep in the back of the car. My wife fell asleep. We got home. I had to carry them. I also got pizza on the way home. That's important. I got home and I carried Alicia up to bed because she was only 3 or 4. Caitlin went to bed too. I went in to, just watch a little TV with my wife before she fell asleep. And unexpectedly, because it was a long day, I was surprised with some extra body stuff.
Really?
Wow, nice.
Very, very, I thought maybe something would, but I thought it would be like, it's late.
Standard.
We're not going to go with all the bells and whistles. So it was a very surprising, but very pleasant surprise.
Which is ironic because like you say, it's like that stuck in that 50s sort of like family, very family,
we're married. That doesn't matter.
Right. But like everyone thinks of that time as being a time of sort of being like sexually repressed and shit. But like maybe that was it. Like just toast.
Oh, no.
Like it gives you that vibe. So she's like, fuck it, I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel, Dottie.
No. So,
Pee-wee.
she's going to go to sleep afterwards, and I'm going to go watch the Devil game that I recorded earlier. I had a slice of pizza. I grabbed the dog that was Brody at the time, and I ate the pizza, watched the Devils win. They're playing the Canadians, and I laid down. It was cold. I laid down with a blanket, and I remember talking to the dog being like, this may be the best day ever. And I never, ever thought that it's been top since.
Really?
It has nothing to do with like fucking...
That sounds like a pretty good day.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's like all pre...
It's also not centered around getting at a piece of ass either. Like,
it was
like the cherry on the top.
I don't know if it would have... I don't know if the day would have...
It sounded like everything
elevated
came together.
to that level, though, without that. Everything played a factor.
Right. That's good.
Some played a factor more than others.
Sure.
Right.
But I don't know if it would have been elevated without everything. Everything had to come into play to make it the
family,
day.
the park, the toys.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's not bad.
So you're
I would
saying,
definitely,
so you're
without
saying,
a doubt,
so you're saying the ass edged out the toys just a little bit to make it the best day ever.
No. It edged it out. It blew it away, obliterated.
Nice.
The toys was always be remembered because it just was one of those like wow, that doesn't like you don't expect to find that too. All that great shit and a fucking score.
Yeah.
I'm pushing my luck.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a good one. I don't think that holds up.
But it's...
What, it's got your family, your wife, your kids? It's got everything in it. That's a good one.
Yeah,
it's got Brody.
It really
the
does.
Beloved Brody.
But no grandparents, though.
Yeah. Well, when you... Like I said, when you think your guidance counselor, like you're walking towards her like Frankenstein, and she just starts screaming.
But I would, like you say, like I would do it. Like if that angel came in and was like, "You want to do that?"
Nah, it's a good day.
I would do it.
It's actually
not even hesitation. I'd be like, "Yeah, no," because you know what though, you're taking away any chance for anything bad to ever happen ever again. But I'm also taking away I'm taking away great things that are sure to come.
Like Ming podcasting.
Like seeing my kids do other things.
Sure, of course.
Seeing other events that are sure to be great.
Right.
I'm sacrificing them, though.
Yeah, but there was something about it. There was something about that day that, like you said, everything just like there was a synchronicity that you couldn't recreate.
Christmas
if you
is
tried.
coming.
Yeah,
everyone's excited for Christmas. There's that, the Christmas fever is in the house. Everyone's anticipating it.
The
it's
kids
very
are
close.
young. They're still excited. Yeah.
Yeah, but that would be a big sacrifice, though, to say you're going to do it, though, because look at all I'm probably giving up on, but I'm also giving up on never, ever having a bad day, though.
Right.
Never hearing any bad news.
No one dying.
You're not fucking
no
Quinn
one
over.
sick.
He's too busy making bread and canning and shit, so it doesn't affect him in the least.
All right. Go ahead, Brian.
For me, it was. I also like. Your mind goes right to like, oh, the first time you ever got some ass, and for me, it was not all that. Like I had pretended that I had done it before, so I didn't look like an asshole.
Right.
And then, like shortly after that, she was like, "You never did this before, did you?"
Wrong hole.
So I got called out on it.
I'm sorry. I have to apologize for that wrong hole joke I just made. Sexist and insensitive. And
is she like at the fucking door of the stethoscope and shit?
She's like an air traffic controller.
Yeah. I know it sounds sappy, but like every day that I spend with Sage, like when we go and do something fun, like a week, 2 weeks ago, we went to. It was something real simple. Recent. Oh yeah. Oh well, no. The best day ever actually doesn't involve her, but like that's why it was hard. Like because every day that I do something with her, it feels so warm. And like we went to get she it sounds fucked up. She had an eye infection, so we went to get her eye drops. But then
she's in horrible pain.
I told her, she's writhing in the back seat, screaming. She can't see out of one eye.
Driving.
Yeah, just like, oh yeah. I wonder if
We're going to relive this day for eternity, Sage.
I wonder if I can score some toys for Kevin. But we went to Cheeseburger for lunch.
Yeah, I love that place, man.
Yeah, and she got chili, so we went over to the what is it, that Modell's there, and we got her a sweatshirt that she loved. It was like orange for some reason. She wanted this orange sweatshirt, but then like her big thing was going to the toy store afterwards, and just like watching her pick out like what toy she wanted and not being able to decide because, you know, she's like, oh shit, and toys are fucking expensive, man. You know, like, okay, there's pony stuff here, but there's Littlest Pet Shop here. Oh wait, there's a Barbie horse there. But then like letting her finally, cause she knows she's going to get one, she finally decides. And like, she tells me at least 10 to 15 times a day that I'm her best friend ever. And when we got in the car and she, like, I took her toy out so she could like look at it on the way home, and she unbuckled her belt and she like gave me a kiss on the cheek and she goes, "You're my best friend ever, Dada." And like that made me like well up.
See, that's all I want from Get 'em by buying him teeth.
A peck on the cheek.
Yeah.
He's telling you, and for him to tell him yours.
Yeah. See, you get it.
Exactly. But there's so many days like that. Like whenever we go and do stuff, we usually have fun. But for me, I would go back to when I was 8, and I used to spend a lot of time with my grandmother, like my mother's mom.
Gertie?
No, this is not Gertie.
This is Doris.
Doris, okay.
Doris, yeah. And she had a real cool car. She had a Chevy Malibu, although like at the time she didn't know it was cool. Nobody knew it was cool.
Right, because it was so retro.
Yeah. And she always did a lot. Like we were friends. Like she was to me like I guess I am to Sage, best friends ever. You know, like I wanted to hang out with her. I wanted to do things with her. And so we did a lot of stuff. But one day we went to I think I may even have told this before. We went to the graveyard to see my grandfather's grave. And I remember we were just standing there, and she put her arm around me and she said, "Your grandfather would have really loved you," because he died when I was 2. He like fell and hit his head and his brain swelled and all that shit. And it's like literally, I know it sounds fucked up, but it's literally the only memory I have from childhood of actually feeling like somebody loved me, like genuinely loved me and cared about me. Like you know, like there's a difference between
it has to be a powerful moment, because for your best day involves a graveyard.
Is a graveyard?
That moment has to be spectacular.
Yeah.
For you to go like, I'd like to go relive that forever.
Yeah, it was a moment that I had not had before and had not had since. Although she always made me feel loved and shit. And I'm not saying like my parents never made me feel loved or other people haven't, but it was an extremely meaningful moment because she wasn't even thinking about herself. She was thinking about like what my grandfather missed out on. And to me that, like I didn't realize it until later on, but it said like how much she actually loved me, that she's like, he missed out on something great. Yeah. He missed out on you. Yeah. And for that, I feel bad for him, you know?
Yeah. That's a powerful one, man.
And, and I don't think I've ever, and then like a year later, she died of lung cancer and no one explained to me what was going on. And it was traumatic and horrific and all that other shit. But yeah, that would probably be my day.
That's the day?
Yeah. And then I got some pizza and fucked up wrong.
Whoa.
I mean, you know, it was an alien. It wasn't an angel that told me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we forgot to nail down. Is it an alien that's offering this to you, or an angel?
For me, it would be an alien. Yeah.
If I can get these stories optioned for films, definitely Lifetime for you two. And mine will be on Cinemax.
Right. All right.
Cinemax. Yeah.
All right. So.
All right. Good one, guys. Nice episode.
I think people probably don't even want to hear us turn it off right after that, man. They just are in
tears.
They love They love you guys so much right now.
Yeah, well, that's good because we have a FanDuel commercial to do.
That'll be at the end. You tack it on at the end.
Okay.
And I'm hoping to tack on at the end. Some alumni. Tell them Steve Dave alumni. Mm-hmm. Are gonna read their best days too. And Ming has said he's going to get me his best day.
I'm dying to know what his is. I'm dying to know.
I think
it was at a con in 2015.
Yeah, it was last week. He's like a fucking goldfish. Yeah, it's like every 29 seconds. He's like, that was the best time ever.
I think he's smart enough to realize he better not go with something.
Right.
So, because I said it's the best day ever. So.
Right. If it's podcasting with the Zen librarian, he'll be ripped to shreds.
And I'm going to see if Sunday will also give me a quick clip. I said 30 seconds.
Wow.
So we'll see if we can get those tacked on at the end.
Oh, very cool.
Right,
good thinking, Walt.
Tell him Steve Dave and to all the grandmas and grandfathers out there.
Aliens and angels.
Storybook land.
We love you.
Hi, this is Sunday Jeff, and my Groundhog Day is when my daughter was 5, we decided to take her down as a family vacation to Walt Disney World for the very first time. I had probably the best time that I've ever had on a vacation as a father, as a husband, And what really made it special was watching my daughter have the time of her life, with a smile from ear to ear, nonstop laughing and just smiling the whole time we were down there. So, and what better way to repeat your days over and over again by spending a time with your family. So if I had a choice to do it every single day, that would be my Groundhog Day.
Hi, this is Get 'em Steve Dave, and my Groundhog's Day would be, it was about 14 or 15, early 90s, and I was at summer camp, and we got to go to Liberty Science Center. And because of the rules, they had to make me a counselor, or otherwise they would have to kick another camper off. So they gave me a counselor T-shirt, and I got to sit in the front seat on both the ride to there and the way back. And all the kids had to kind of look up to me, and it was just a really great day. I mean, I didn't have any actual power, but I kind of felt important, and I'd live that day over and over if I could.
What's going on, folks? Maxwell here. If I could only pick one day from my entire life to relive over and over, it came down to 2 days. One in particular involved some acid, some strippers, watching Save the Last Dance. But I couldn't choose that one because no matter how much fun and amazing shit happened on that day, the greatest day of my life that I would choose to live over and over and over would be the day that my wife let me have sex with her for the first time. She had told me at one point that we would never be together like that we were only friends, and I loved her more than anything in the world. And on that day, I was with her from the time that I woke up until the time that I went to bed. We hung out all morning. I believe we watched MTV for a while, and I had just about given up on the idea of her wanting to be with me in that sexual and emotional way. I was this close to giving up. And on that day, she looked me in the eye and she said, "You want to go over to your place?" And we went over to my place and had sex for the rest of the day and the rest of the night. Best day ever, man. I'm talking SpongeBob levels of best day ever.
This has been a production of Smodco Internet Radio. Sir, only at smodcast.com.